is wrong with this thing? It's completely black. Okay, I was gonna say, what the hell is going on with this? Okay, that was weird. Alright, whatever. I don't care. Alright. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with my camera. Alright. Hi, guys. So I am back again. Trying to do this every day. So, I want you guys to remember, for those of you who want prosperity and wealth, make you a plan and stick to your plan. Today today was my first day of my course, and it's so funny. They say if anything could go wrong, it would go wrong. But all the things that any average person would think is wrong actually went really great. Oh, thank you, Josh. Yesterday I got my logo at the last minute yesterday, for my website. And, I decided that I was going to change some things on my website by myself, because when I talked to the person that was doing my website for me, he wasn't available today. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to Google how to do this. I'm going to YouTube how to do this, and I'm going to figure it out. And I am not a web designer. I am not a web designer by far. And what happened was I end up fucking up my website. I end up adding something that I didn't need to add, and I added a code. I thought, okay, maybe if I follow, they told me, if you know anything about computer programming, any website development, you got to do coding to it. Some things you got to do coding to it. And what I required needed to be coded. And I thought, okay, let me do this, because I don't want to wait. I want to make sure that today is the day that I launch my coaching program. And I fucked some shit up. And as I was thinking about it, as the process was going of me thinking about, ooh, I got my eyeliner everywhere. As I was thinking about putting together my website, it prompted some thoughts of mine that I looked at my logo and I fucking loved it. Like, I loved it. Like, it's exactly what I wanted my website to look like. I have two logos. Janae Foster did one that I'm keeping, and then, of course, Darnell Looper. He always goes above and beyond because he helps me with my website and everything else. But as I was thinking, I was like, holy shit. As many times as I had several businesses, my t-shirt business, I've had some other endeavors that I tried to do that never worked, but I was thinking that, fuck, this is the first time that I decided to show up for myself. This is the first time I literally came up with a plan, and I am following through it every step of the way. Every step that I said I was going to accomplish, I am accomplishing. All the things that I said I'm doing, I am doing. I am investing in myself. I am investing in my business. I stopped allowing toxic thoughts about becoming successful keep me from getting where I am now. I am so appreciative of the mind work that I have been doing. It's fucking crazy to acknowledge that. Sticking to my plan and actually doing it. Big Sean has a song called Stick to Your Plan, and last year I jammed that song every motherfucking day I could jam it. Like, if you know anything about Big Sean, he has, I don't know what album it is, but he has a song called Stick to the Plan. And when I would listen to that song and I would write out my plan, I would literally listen to it, write out my plan, everything I said I wanted to do. And here I am a year later. I got my logo together. I got a website. Like, I can't believe I got a fucking website. I got my YouTube channel. I am active on my Facebook. Like, everything is like seriously coming into fruition. So I just want to encourage you to stick to your plan. Create one. Be clear and concise on what it is that you want to do. Create your plan, and by any means necessary, stick to it. Stick to your plan. Trust me, if you stick to it, if you invest in yourself, if you do your mindset work, if you do your shadow work, if you do your healing, if you really want this, you will stick to your plan. And trust me when I say, phone ringing and shit. All right. If you really want this, you will stick to your plan. Seriously. If this is what you want, if you want to be wealthy, if you want a mindset that's going to keep you every day focusing on what it is that you desire, work on your healing, work on yourself, invest in yourself, get you some partners. I got a fucking assistant. Like, I'm so excited. That's who was calling me right now. I know she's about to hop her ass on here in just a second. I got a fucking assistant. Like, that is so fucking exciting that I finally had to break down and say, you know what? I need an assistant and I gotta do it. I gotta fucking do it. This is how I know my plan is coming together, because before I never perceived that having an assistant. I appreciate her so much because she has been so active and, okay, what can I do? What I need to do? And like, she is helping me with this process. And speaking of helping me, so what I want you to do, I need someone to share it in my Goddess group and my God and Goddess group. And then I need everybody on here to share it on their personal page. And then I need y'all to keep hitting those little hearts over and over and over again so that it can create a buzz, because you're my friend, you're watching my video, and you need the information that I got so I can keep bringing my black ass on here to keep giving you inspiration every day so I don't have to go back to my 9 to 5. So keep hitting those. There you go. There you go. So share it to your personal page. God, dog. If she don't quit. Thank you. So, I just want to encourage you guys. Seriously, if you create a plan, if you truly desire, if you take the correct steps that you need to take, and not think that it's going to happen overnight. Wealth is not an overnight fix, although some people do get wealth overnight. It's not like it's not possible. It's completely possible, because it does happen. It happens quite often. Not quite often. That's a lie. It happens. It happens. But for the majority of us, you got to go take your shits. I'm taking my shit. So when are you going to decide to create a plan and go take your shit? What is it going to take for you to take your shit? What is it going to take for you to create a plan that's going to be beneficial for you? When is it going to take for you to realize that I got to do more than what I'm doing now? And you know what you want, but you got to write that shit out. You got to plan that shit out. You got to put it on pen and paper and decide that this is my life and I am the creator. I am a god. I am a goddess. And I control exactly what it is that I want and I desire. Get yourself in the position to where you work on yourself mentally. Like that feeling of knowing that I was working on something that was my baby, something that I'm creating, something that I'm offering, that I was already helping people. Now I'm creating something to help people while monetizing it. Like, that's the greatest feeling in the world, that I am working and putting in my energy to get exactly what I want. What is it going to take for you to get exactly what you want? Are you going to put a plan into place to help you get to where you want? Are you going to follow the steps that you need to follow to become wealthy? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? Because some of y'all have a lot y'all need to give up. Y'all just are too stubborn. Your mindset needs to be completely changed. It really needs to be changed. For me, like, that was the greatest feeling, to know that although things didn't go exactly how I planned on this day, because I have been planning it over and over again, it still worked out. I still have something to be grateful. I still am able to do exactly what I desire. I was able to find a way around it. I was able to post the video tutorials that I needed to post. I was able to still get my message out. My website is just a day or two out, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm so grateful that people have patience for me. I'm so grateful that everything has its time, everything has its purpose, and I'm glad that I took the time to plan it out. Seriously, if you plan it out, it will happen. If you do the work behind it, you can get it done. Don't think that you can't get it done, because you can. You can. There's absolutely no reason why you can't get it done if you plan it out. Another thing I wanted to talk about, besides planning it out, so me and a friend were talking about how we wanted to be wealthy, and how our background was, how spirituality played such a huge role in me wanting to become wealthy. Like, me having a complete mindset change. Like, it's shifted. Like, I literally had to do a spiritual, like, awakening in order to come to where I am. I am not the same person I used to be. I don't allow people to tell me how I used to be. I don't allow people to hold things over me any longer. Me and my mother were talking earlier, and she was talking about how my sister is, and it was funny that she said that, how she said, well, you can't say certain things around your sister because she's still learning, she's still growing, she's going in her own path. And sometimes you have to realize that some people are still growing in their own path. Some people aren't going to get it like you got it. Some people aren't going to understand, although you're excited, although you have this joy. Because I was excited. Like, if you guys seen all of my logos that I received, like, he went above and beyond to, like, create these 3D logos that I wanted. Everything that I envisioned, he did. And I was so excited, and I decided to share it. And because of what it is, if you see my logo, so my logo is a woman on a lion. And she's holding a snake, and she's holding lotus flowers. And then she has the crown that's the moon crown. And if anybody knows anything about snakes and spirituality, snakes are the representations of rebirth. And for me, I am all about the divine. So this lion for me is the representation of my divine feminine energy coming into power. She is on the lion, which represents courage and leadership. And then, of course, the lotus flower, which is about the flower of life, bringing life. So rebirth and bringing life to me, like, this logo was such a great thing for me to create, that I had to be able to incorporate that in my business, because my journey spiritually, like, I've had the best relationship with God I have ever had in my life. I've been in church my entire life. My entire life I have been in church, and it wasn't until I started having spiritual practices that I have become closer with the Most High. When I started acknowledging that I am one with God and God is one with me, when I started to understand and understand when Jesus said that I am my Father and my Father is me, that is when it started raining onto me that greater works that I can do. And I am doing these greater works. We like to think that that meant that there's this fantasy that we can, although we can't, that we're supposed to go split the sea, that we're supposed to walk on water, we're supposed to perform all these miracles that Jesus did in the Bible. But you perform a miracle when you realize that greater works than those that he did. And you do that by undoing your mindset. You heal people, you give advice. I talk to people every day about what they're going through in their life. Like, since I have developed my spiritual gifts, my clairvoyance, my psychicness, all of that, I talk to people on a daily basis, and I can psychically, I can see with my third eye, I can feel with the energy, I can hear the voices that talk to me, and all of that leads me into helping them, into healing them, to guiding them to what they can do. My coaching class allows me to do greater works to reach people that I couldn't even imagine. My platform is so big now that I don't reach people within proximity of self. I reach people on a broader level because social media is worldwide. In my group alone, when I looked at the statistics, it said I had at least 300 and something people overseas in different countries. Like, to me, that is amazing. That is fucking amazing that I am putting this plan together, that I used to say I'm going to help people all around the world. And that's exactly what I'm doing. That I had to get outside of my ego. I had to remove all of those fictitious things that I was taught that was keeping me bound where I was. Create my plan and go for it. Not allowing any negative thoughts to stop me. Not allowing any situations to keep me from doing it. I could have simply said, you know what, I'm not going to upload any videos. I quickly went ahead and recorded new videos. Like, seriously, if you're in my group and you're seeing I'm wearing the same thing, I had to literally re-record the videos at the last. I had to realize that I had to redo my entire life. I had to realize that I didn't have to make an excuse why I couldn't do it. Didn't have to make an excuse as to why I couldn't have my business going the way it was because of my error, of my arrogance of thinking that I can do something when I could have just simply waited a day and allowed them to change it for me. But create a plan for yourself. This Bluetooth, I don't know where this thing keeps falling off. But simply create a plan for yourself. Create a plan for yourself and go through with it. And that's with anything in your life. Stick to it. Make yourself accountable. Get you someone to help you be accountable. Stick with it. You seriously can stick with it. Don't allow the things that you went through in your past to keep you from doing it. I've had several businesses that I had started and it just did not work. And it didn't work because I didn't have the mindset to keep it working. I didn't have the mindset to not give up because I would look at the things that would be perceived as failure was a sign to stop. No, you can't. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. I would think that everything was a sign to stop instead of looking at it as a way to keep pressing forward. If things don't go right, if things don't go according to the plan that I make other plans to make sure they go according to that plan. So don't give excuses to why you can't press forward. Don't give excuse as to why you can't be abundant. Don't be giving excuses to why you can't quit your job. Don't give an excuse as to why you can't live the life that you know you're meant to live. A lot of you are walking around here and doing affirmations of I am wealthy, I am prosperous, I am this, I am that. But what are you doing to put that in place? Faith without work is dead. What are you doing to make sure it happens? Who are you talking to? What help are you getting to make sure your plan comes into play? I love that I have friends that I can talk to on the phone and they will encourage me to keep going. They will encourage me. Lately, me and Uniquely Hooked, every time we get on the phone, we always have validation of, oh my God, I can't believe we were just talking about that. Everything resonates. I love having to be able to resonate. I love not having to dumb myself down. I love having someone to relate to. Find you someone you can relate to. Find you someone. There are several people out there. There are several people out there that you can find that you resonate with. Trust me, there are several people out there that you can find that you resonate with. But you have to be able to take the time to actually go out and do it. Take the risk. Stop. You need to remove those feelings of not trusting people. That was an issue of mine. I had trust issues. I had trust issues with men. I had trust issues with women. I had trust issues with supervisors. I had trust issues, and I decided that I didn't want to focus on what was causing me a problem, and I started looking for the solution. I started undoing all these toxic habits, these toxic thoughts, and started pressing forward to making sure the plan that I made is going to manifest. It ain't got no fucking choice but to manifest. And today is such an exciting day for me because today is day 1 of my fucking class. Most of my shit is together. And I'm not even fucking hard on myself. That's the thing is as I was talking spirit, I literally started getting into the mood of, well, I don't have this and I don't have that and I want to have this and I want to have that. And spirit was like, well, be a little grateful because you got this far. You got this far. Because you weren't in the same position weeks ago. You weren't in the same position months ago. You weren't in the same position years ago. Now you have all the resources that you need, and all you have to do is ask for it, and I'll give it to you. All you have to do is ask and be ready to receive, and I'll give it to you. So this is what I'm so grateful for, that I can ask and it happens. I'm so grateful that I put a plan into place and it's starting to manifest. So put your plan into place. Don't allow anybody to know what your plan is. Just put your plan into place and go for it. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let yourself stop you. Don't let anybody stop you from getting what you want. You are worthy. You are enough to have everything that you want and desire. You just have to go get your shit. You put in so much work, so much effort, just to be broke and poor. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So create you a plan that's going to benefit you. And if you don't know how to create a plan, go find someone who can help you create a plan. Sign up for my course and I can help you create a plan. I can help you find your soul's purpose. I can help you do that. But find you someone for real. Find you someone who can do that. Find you someone who can give you self-love. Find you someone who's going to help you, because like I keep saying, you cannot do it by yourself. Healing cannot happen by yourself. Although there are times when you need isolation. That is needed. It is, trust me, I understand that isolation is needed. But don't get complacent in that isolation that you miss out on what you're supposed to be doing. Don't get so complacent in that place where you know you're supposed to be healing. Healing it's only temporary. It's not meant to be permanent. It's not meant to be continuous. It's eventually you got to be healed. Eventually you got to be complete. Eventually you got to be whole. So stop allowing your circumstances, stop allowing those excuses, stop allowing those negative people, stop allowing your family, stop allowing your spouse, stop allowing your children, stop allowing those people who are in your way, keeping you from your plan. Remove them away. Do what you got to do. If they are meant to be in your life, they will circle around. If they are family is kind of hard to get rid of, but they ain't that goddamn hard to get rid of. Your children. If you got little children, that I can understand. But don't make an excuse as to why you can't come up with a plan. Don't make an excuse why you can't come up with, I don't have the money. Use the laws of attraction. There's a bunch of information on here about using the laws of attraction to get what you need. Don't let that be the excuse. If you go and spend $40 on a meal, if you go and spend, if you are buying things that don't even really have any value, don't make that an excuse as to why you're not doing it. You should be able to invest in self, get your mind right. Most importantly, that's my whole program. Focus on your mind. Focus on getting your mind right. Focus on getting you right so that you can manifest the life that you desire, because ultimately you are a God. At some point during your childhood, during your adolescence, during your teenage years and your young adult years, and those who got in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, somewhere along the line, pieces of you have been tore down over and over and over again. Some you gave away, some people took from you. And now it's your job to be responsible for your own emotions, for your own mindset, and decide that, you know what, I lived this entire life. I grew up like this. I learned this way. Now it's time for me to unlearn and relearn. And now it's time for me to understand that I can't do it by myself. I have a responsibility that I have to do it. But I can't do it by myself. I need help to do this. I need someone to come in and give me the questions I need. I need someone to come in and give me the answers that I need. I need someone to come in to show me a direction that I need. Because what I'm doing is not working. I got a plan, and I can't put this plan into place unless somebody else comes in and helps me how to build it. I got a plan into place, and I can't accomplish it until I'm ready mentally to accomplish it. I can't get this plan together until my heart is ready to feel it. I got to feel this in my heart. I got to feel it in my soul. I got to feel it in my spirit. So don't give up. Allow your plan to play in place. Because trust me, as I was thinking about it today, I was so shocked that I realized, like, I was showing my notebooks in one of my training classes, and I had to realize that, damn, it prompted me to look at my notebooks and realize that, fuck, I've come a long fucking way. I planned this shit out, and I'm fucking here. I still got other plans to keep going in motions, but I'm going in according to those plans. And if anything that comes in, I can always divert right back to it. But come up with a plan that's going to work for you. Come up with a plan that's going to get you to where you need to. And this plan needs to include help. This plan needs to include a way for you to really be accountable to do it. Because all those other things that I tried before, all those things that I failed at, my key ingredient that I failed at it was because I didn't have the help. I was too prideful to go get help to get it done. I thought I could build a whole building by myself. I thought I could build a whole empire by myself, but I realized I can't. This is why I love, like, encouraging others. This is why I love, especially having friends who are building an empire. I love it. I actually love it. I love that I am teaching mindset, and Uniquely Hooked is teaching you how to love. I love having friends who I can surround myself with, that she has a part of what I need, and I have a part of what she needs, and we're both offering it to people, and both of our goal is to uplift people. Both of our goal is to get wealth. Both of our goal is to make sure that we are one, we are whole. So go get you a friend. Go invest yourself in a program that's going to help you. Go do the work. Stop making excuses. Take that little notebook that you wrote a few years ago, brush that shit off, and start back at it. There's no excuse why you can't do it. Absolutely no excuse. We live in a world full of social media where information is just out there. Out there. What I'm teaching, the plan has been the same since forever. No one is teaching anything fucking new. Like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. But what I am giving you is my experience, because I put the shit into play and I tested it out to see if it worked, and the shit fucking works. You just got to be able to take the risk. You got to be able to step out on faith. You got to trust that you were guided, protected, and loved, and start doing the work to undo it. Get your mind ready for it. Get your mind ready emotionally for it, so that you can receive it, so that you can keep it. Because I don't want to get something and it goes away. I want it to be permanent. I want to create a legacy. I want to create generational wealth for my family. I want to create something that can be passed along. I don't want something that's temporary. I want something that's going to last always. And in order to keep it lasting always, I got to be strong in the mind. There was a saying called, take the mind, take the body, get the mind, and everything else follows. That should always apply in your life. That's just not a negative saying that was meant to hurt you. That is actually a fact. You take the mind, everything else follows. Everything follows. If you can get the mind of a person, everything follows. This is why it's so important for you to gain strength within your mind. Your subconscious mind runs 90%, 95% of your conscious being. So do the work so that you can start replacing those things, taking things out. Do your spring cleaning. Hell, it's May. It's the perfect time to do spring cleaning. Pull all of that shit out of your subconscious. And what you take out, you must put back in. You must replace and exchange for something else. So why not give all the shit that serves you no purpose away and exchange that for good shit? The universal law is the law of exchange. Something must be exchanged. It cannot be left empty. It cannot be left. It has to be exchanged. So replace all that bad shit with good shit. You got to take it out and then replace it. So that you can keep all those positive thoughts within your subconscious mind, so you can operate in wealth, so you can operate knowing that you are enough, so you can operate in love, so you can operate knowing that you have all the tools that you need, so you can operate how you should be operating. Oh, damn it, my eyelash. So you can operate how you should be operating. So create your plan, stick to your plan, follow through with it, so that you can become wealthy. Don't just keep talking about it. Don't just keep speaking about it. Make a plan. Put it into action. Keep putting it into action over and over and over again. And if it's not working, that's your sign that you need to do something else. And I'm not saying give up on what you're doing. I'm saying try another method to what you're doing. This is why you need somebody else to be able to point those things out to you. It's because I've been doing this over and over and over and over again. And sometimes some of us get so stubborn that we don't realize we need to be able to have someone pull us out of that. Hell, I was like that. I would do the same thing. I'm a Taurus. I will stick to doing something over and over and over again until somebody finally has to tell me that, what the hell are you doing? I am a stubborn Taurus and I fucking know it. That's what I love about learning about spirituality. I've learned the importance of knowing what my sign is. I am a Taurus. I know that I am headstrong. I know I am willed. I have a strong will to keep doing it over and over and over again. It takes certain people to be able to pull me out and tell me to stop. That's not working. Stop. Because I get comfortable. I don't like change. Don't give me, you give me change, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to fight you. Don't give me change. This is why it was so important for me to get somebody to help me, because I didn't like change. I was uncomfortable about change. I didn't want to be accountable to change. So get someone to help you with your plan. I'm not saying divulge your entire plan to them, but what I'm saying is the important parts that you can't do, that you don't know about. Get you some help for that and create your plan, stick with your plan, and know that by the end of it, it's going to work. I have consistently every day showed up for myself. Every day showed up for myself. Every morning I show up for myself. Every day I show up for myself. I'm doing things that I never thought I would have done. I'm thinking professionally more than I am, well, I just get it done how it gets done. I want it to last, so I created my plan and I went for my plan. So create your plan, go for it, stick to it. Get you some help. All right, see y'all tomorrow.